It's time for Real Talk with Cindy Barber. Stay tuned for conversation and information from her special guest. Now sit back and relax and enjoy Real Talk with Cindy Barber.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Real Talk with Cindy. Please tag and share and let others know that we're on. Please tag and share and let other people know that we're here. It's good to see everyone tonight. Those of you that are watching from my YouTube channel, welcome to Real Talk with Cindy. Welcome to Real Talk with Cindy. Please let me know as you're coming on, let me know the city, state, or country where you are joining us from on tonight. Please type in the chat, city, state, or country where you are joining us tonight. And we will see you shortly. Thank you. I see you coming on. Robin Taylor, my sister from Connecticut. Good evening. Welcome to Real Talk. Brenda Hurst, welcome from Philadelphia. Welcome. Lynn Reed from Ardmore. Thank you and welcome, welcome, welcome. Please tag and share and let others know that we're on. Please tag and share and let others know that we're on. If you'd like to be a blessing to Real Talk, be a financial blessing to Real Talk with Cindy, please use one of these two ways to give. My Cash App, which is $ Cindy Keys, or Zelle, ms.cindybarber@gmail.com. Also, if you'd like to advertise your event here on Real Talk, please inbox me or send an email to ms.cindybarber@gmail.com. Thank you so much. I see you coming on. We're going to get started. Those of you that are watching, God bless you. God bless you. Apostle Eugene Taylor from Connecticut, God bless you. Thank you for joining us on tonight. Thank you so much. Marsha Wilson, good evening from Willingboro. God bless you. Thank you for being here. My mother from Connecticut, Bishop, thank you for being on tonight. Barbara runs from Willingboro. God bless you. Willingboro is in the house on tonight. My sister-in-law, Kathy from Connecticut, thank you for joining. Dolores Housey, my aunt from South Carolina, thank you for being here with us tonight. Please tag and share and let others know that we are here. We are here. We're with some amazing entrepreneurs, and I'm going to get started. Bring on my first guest. Good evening, Maurice. How are you?
Good evening. I'm good. How about yourself?
Doing well. And I want everybody to type in the chat. Today is Maurice's birthday. Please type happy birthday, Maurice. He's in Orlando, Florida. Please type happy birthday, Maurice.
Thank you guys so much.
So, Maurice, share a little bit about you and what your business is.
Yes, so I'm Maurice. The name of my business is God's Hands Productions and Management Services. We are a production company for artists, and we do management for artists. We also produce some concerts as well. I started God's Hand Productions back in 2006. I was 26 years old. I had been doing concerts here and there, helping out doing concerts for my church, which was True Servant at the time. I remember my first concert I ever put on. I was 19, and I had brought in Beverly Crawford, and it was a big overhaul, but it was great. It was amazing. So I got the bug then. Been in the industry, now for a long time with different groups, and have traveled overseas doing singing, background for multiple artists, and doing some producing and writing, and just being in the industry. So I kind of got the idea of really stepping back from the singing part of things and assisting artists with management and development. Because I've seen a lot of stuff over my years of being in the industry, so I wanted to help kind of get to the next level. And so I started managing a few acts, and just kind of developing them to where they would be who they are today. Currently I have Sunday Best first season winner, Crystal Aiken. She is one of my artists, and she's signed to the Monarch music label, which was formerly E1. And so we're working on her brand new project right now. Single will be out in February. We'll be hitting radio within the next week or so. So I've worked with Tamaya J. She is from the Bolingboro area, but lives in the Virginia area. I've worked with Anthony Ponder out of North Jersey. And so I do a lot of his, I used to do a lot of his concerts, and, helping out, doing a lot of, I did his live recording. Both of his live recordings I did, as far as helping with the management of them and making sure everything was smooth and that great stuff.
Amazing.
But with Crystal, I'm more hands-on. We're a partner together. And so I am, one of the decision makers when it comes to the music and, and all that great stuff. So they really, really have kind of put me into a position where I'm fully doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
Wow. Now, are you looking for other artists to manage?
It depends on the situation, of course, right? So I am open to it. Right now, my focus definitely is Crystal. I want to get this album completed and out. Which will probably be within the end of this year or first quarter of next year. Because we want to make sure that we do it right. Has been around since 2008, and Crystal and I have known each other since then. I've known Crystal for a long time now. We worked together here and there, but nothing was official until last year. So God really blessed us last year to really travel extensively. I mean, every single weekend we were somewhere. And this year is the same. So it's going to be great. I'm excited about getting back on the road. On hiatus right now until the second week in February, and then we get to go again. So I'm excited about it.
Wow. That's great.
Cindy, you and I have known each other for a long time. As a teenager, actually, my mother sang with the choir, and you guys went to the same church for a while. You played at my mother's funeral, so so we've known each other for a while. I've always just loved, music. Music is a part of my life. It will always be a part of my life in facet or another.
Right, because you moved to Orlando. So what prompted you to move there?
So 2011, I was going through a transition work-wise, and I received a call. I was looking for another position. Received a call from a company. They had a position down in Camden, but it was a part-time position. After they saw my resume and interviewed me, they were like, we don't think that we can give you a part-time position because of your experience. So they proposed me being flown into Florida to look at this property that they had. And at first I told them, no, I'm not moving to Florida. All I knew was Jersey.
Right.
I'm from there, and my
Mm-hmm.
whole family was there. I was like, I'm
Mm-hmm.
not moving, to Florida. I knew no one, so they kind of sweetened the pot a little bit. And I remember my pastor, Bishop Earl Jenkins, says to me one Sunday, "It is time. It's
Yeah.
time for you to go. This is going to
Right.
set you up for the rest of your life." And I'm glad that I listened, because it has set me up for the rest of my life.
Right. That's
And so
amazing.
been there since 2011. Been here since 2011. I tell people all the time, I love Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Despite all the other stuff that happens, I love where I live.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like an oasis away from everything.
Right.
Travel, I enjoy coming home. So
Yes. That's wonderful.
so
Wonderful.
pretty much I came here for work.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Right. And God had other plans for you too.
He did. And
Yes.
I mean, God has opened up so many doors. When you
Mm-hmm.
step out on faith, and allow God to do what He's going to do in your life, He opens up the doors.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we get so scared because we just don't know what's ahead of us.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Putting our trust and our faith in God,
Mm-hmm.
that He's going to guide us, is something that I had to learn to do.
Right.
I remember when I first got here, I
Mm-hmm.
was like, yeah, I'm probably going to be back home in 6 months, because I just was not, I didn't know
Yeah.
anybody. And, I was lonely, and I
Yeah.
think I was back home. I think every other weekend. I flew back home every other weekend
Wow.
while
Okay.
when I first got here
Yes.
in 2011. But
Mm-hmm.
I am here.
Yeah.
11 years in now.
And you're
Well,
doing well.
almost 12. Yeah, almost 12
Mm-hmm.
years in now, and I don't see myself going anywhere anytime soon. So
Yes. So
thank
good.
you all for the birthday. I appreciate it.
Yes, it's quite a bit. April Bettner said, yes, you did.
My sisters are on. I see
Yes, they're
April,
on.
Marsha, Chandra. I see them. I love you
Yes, I
guys.
see him. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to bring on my next guest. And this duo right here, Rosie Robinson and Nejla, how are you? Your mic. Can't hear you. Your mic. Yes, now we can hear you. Okay. How are you both doing
We're
today?
here. How are you? Good to see you.
Doing well, doing well. So share with us about your business and the name of your
Okay.
business. So share a
I'm
little bit
sorry.
about that.
Well, hello. Our name is Queendom Queens. Our LLC is Queendom Queens Gifts Unleashed. Said hi, Marsha. We started out as like just friends, church sisters.
Mm-hmm.
We go to the Great Delaware Valley Baptist Church, where the Reverend Dr. James L. Bettner, big up to him. He is such a great encouragement to us. Bettner. And it's just a wonderful church, and we are blessed to be a part of it. We started our business because of friends, and we had so many. Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's going in and out. It's going in and out. But go ahead. Yeah. Let's try it again. Go ahead.
All right, I'll slowly speak.
Okay.
We found we had so many things. We and just different things. So we decided to try something. So our first venture was our staging. We could have a company called Stage Presence. Underneath the you hear us? We stage.
Okay.
Is it? I think with that device. Can you hear me?
Yes.
So we did that for a while, and then we opened another business called Show Me a Sign. That's lawn letters, happy birthday, Noah, and no more chemo, whatever we want to say on your lawn. We have that business. It's been really a big thing for us here down in South Jersey and surrounding areas. Then we have a sense of style and fashion that we decided to. People kept asking us, where you get that? Where'd you get that? We decided to start selling those things that people found interesting in what we wear. So we have a vending company called Queendom Queens Boutique. And we are launching our website today, queendomqueens.com. And we want to give big thanks, big love to Minister Chandra Betna Gray, Esquire. She is nothing but love to us, and she actually built our site. She just blessed it with, because we're a little lame with the tech. We don't know everything, but we learn as we go.
That's right.
We just have been blessed. And now we have the online shopping at queendomqueens.com. And we do a lot of different things. So yes, Chandra, bless you, darling. And so we also do skits, because if you know me, I'm into the fine arts. I act, I write. I wrote a play, had it off Broadway. And now we do little skits in Christian environments, in family reunions, little subjective 10-minute little skits that we do, that people give us the subject matter and we just go for it. So that's been really fun for us lately. I'm in a play in New York in March.
Oh, good.
That's another area of our gifting. And I'll keep you posted.
Yes.
Okay, so there we are.
Yes. Rosie, did you have something to say?
No.
What did she say?
Everything she said, I kind of piggyback. I said everything she said, I kind of piggyback. That's about it. That's how we got started. It started because when I was moving, or I think we had someone that came in and asked me to stage for them. And I told them no, but as people started asking, we said, this could be a business. So and then we started doing other little things. And right now we're trying to find the one thing we do a lot of things.
We have many gifts, and we don't want to take them to the grave with us. We want to empty them into the earth. So God is glorified when we operate in our gifting. So our foundational scripture is Proverbs 18:16. A man's make room for him and bring him before great men. We operate on that. Try to encourage other women and other people to giving, because that's where the joy is, spirit, financially. I think God is pleased. He's glorified when we move in our gifts.
Right. Now, in the beginning when you came on, you mentioned about staging, but it was going in and out. Could you talk about that a little bit?
Talk about staging.
The staging started because
realtors, how her house was, how she decorated, what a sense of style she has in decor.
Yeah, she's a good decorator.
We have similar tastes in that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's very gifted.
So we had a realtor actually came and found me, and at the time, and I think a lot of it was confidence. And I said, no, that's just what I like. And they asked us to work for them. And and at the time, we said, we could do this on our own. So that's how we got started.
Staging. Stage presence.
Yeah. Well, I know Rosie is definitely a decorator. Yeah. I've been in her home, so I know she decorates very good. So I'm going to bring on my next guest, and I'll come back and get you ladies. Renee, how are you today?
I'm fine. I'm finally here.
Yes. So share with us a little bit about your business and what you do and where you're located.
Okay, my name is Faces by Nay LLC.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in Philadelphia,
Mm-hmm.
in West Mount Airy.
Uh-huh.
My business consists of makeup artistry and skincare. I started. I will say my interest started at about 5.
Really?
Climbing my mom's lap. My mom always wore makeup. She did skin.
Yeah.
She was into skincare,
Mm-hmm.
and she didn't even realize she was molding me to grow to do this.
Mm-hmm.
But when I wanted to pursue it as a youngster, she's,
Mm-hmm.
oh no, go to school, do something else.
Right.
So, and I did.
Mm-hmm.
But I doubled right back because
Yeah.
it never left me. I did it all.
Yeah.
I started my first wedding in high school
Mm-hmm.
after I graduated high school. And then I pursued it part-time, freelance, mobile, working in counters and
Wow.
all things. And then it wasn't until about 10 years ago where I decided to do it full-time.
Really?
And full-time still isn't full-time because I still do other things. I do other things as well.
Sure.
But those 2 things are my passion, that and children. Everybody knows.
Yes.
My love for children and youth. So
Mm-hmm.
I incorporate all of it. I do
Mm-hmm.
workshops for teens. I still do skincare and makeup artistry, and children are always right next to that.
Yeah.
So I try to incorporate it all.
That's
As the sisters were saying, use all the gifts that God has given us. We
yeah.
are all multi-talented, multifaceted people, and we need to plug in, hone in on all, on each of them at some point. You don't have
That's
to be
true.
stuck in one area.
That's true. And we're going to talk about that as well a little bit with our questions that we have for everybody. So we're going to share about that. So you all have some, everybody has a different business that they're doing, and they're all needed. They're all needed. What tips can you give to an entrepreneur or someone that has a potential or feel like they want to become an entrepreneur? What tips can you give? I'm gonna start with Maurice.
Being consistent in what you offer. Always making sure that you are you do what you say you're going to do. I think that honesty is one of the most important things when it comes to business owners, because when you tell somebody that you're going to do something, you want to make sure that you are integral in making sure that you see it out.
Right.
So just being consistent in making sure that you and communication. If you can't get something done on time, or if you're running late, things happen. We're human, so things may happen and they're out of your control. But making sure that you are being consistent and making sure that you are communicating with your clients are going to one of the most important things to do.
Right. Yes. Rosie and Nejla, what would you say to that? What tips could you give to an entrepreneur? Rosie and Nejla, I don't know if they're frozen or not. Okay. Renee, what tips could you give?
Being consistent.
Okay, who's that?
Business that.
Is that Rosie?
I'm sorry.
Okay. What tip can you give to an entrepreneur? David, you may have to mute yourself. David, mute yourself.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Okay, one of the things we learned, things we learned is first of all, don't ever give up, and don't be hurt. In business, you believe people are definitely going to support you and have your back, but know that a lot of times the people that will support you don't for some reason, and the people you don't expect to have that. That personally, because there could be many reasons why people are not able to support you.
Right.
Don't take it personally and don't let it hold you back. Just keep pushing forward. You know you were sent by God to do it. Trust Him and do it.
Right.
Keep your ear to his lips. Thank you for that, April Bettner.
Absolutely. Renee, what tip could you give to an entrepreneur?
Be patient. Patient with yourself, first of all. I think we're really hard on ourselves. I know I'm hard on myself. So you don't want to be your own worst critic. So be patient with yourself, and integrity and honesty, like the brother said, are very important. Communication, like he says, as he also said. But yeah, I say one of the main things, and that patience is kind of in every question. I find myself answering that, that a lot, because sometimes we have a vision, or we have part of it, we don't have it. It's not 100% crystal clear, and we become impatient.
Yeah, that's true.
And the consistency, and all the things you ladies are saying up there. True.
Yes.
Absolutely correct.
Yes. I want to welcome David Alexander. He's been having some technical difficulties as well. David, share with us a little bit about what your business is.
We'll do. Just want to say thank you, Cindy, for having me on tonight. I really do appreciate this. I think we've been knowing each other about at least 25 years, being a musician, so. But Evad is a limousine service out of Philadelphia. We just give good service. I work for 2 other companies, seeing how they operate and how they go about their business. So I just thought, why not? I try it out, and it's been going well. It's been going well.
That's good.
It's a challenge sometimes. We had the pandemic, so I had to put things on pause. But the Lord opened some doors up. I still was working for some funeral homes at that time. They called me, contract me out. But other than that, it's going good.
That's good. Yeah. That's a needed service, limousine service. Yeah, which is good.
We have more parts. We have more parts of that umbrella with the limousine service.
Okay. Well, thank you, David, for being here. My next question to you is: navigating as an entrepreneur has its challenges when you have a family. What challenges did you face? I'll start with the queens. I'll start with Rosie and Nejla. What challenges did you face having a family? Rosie? I think they're frozen again. Rose, Nejla, Rosie. What challenges did you have? Well, Renee, go ahead and answer that question. What challenges did you have?
I know one challenge that I have is turning off the switch. When we go home,
somebody's phone, or
they have to put their on mute.
Yeah, put it on mute. Okay. Okay, go ahead, Renee.
Okay. I find that one of the challenges that I have is turning off the switch. When you go home, you can talk about the challenges of the day, but not to elaborate, not to go on and on and on and on about the business and your ideas and your thoughts. Evangelist Saxon would clearly say, okay, not bring it in, but I see that look on his face and like, okay, this is going kind of long. So I have to learn to turn the switch off. That's one thing, because I'll be talking all day and writing all night, and just ideas coming up. I'm writing it somewhere. So turn the switch off. It's learning to relax
and focus on the family once you turn the switch off. Right. Exactly. Yes. Rosie, what challenges have you had having a family? Did you face by having a family?
I face challenges as far as when you have a business or start a business, you have to give it time to build. And part of my challenges was feeling guilty leaving my family because I had to spend some hours into research, into marketing, into so finding balance. And but my family is very much included. I like to give a shout out to my husband, Pastor Clyde Robinson, and my kids, and my family, because they support me, and my family actually is a part of our business. So we're kind of intertwined, because if someone's not pulling, someone's not wrapping, someone's not bringing, someone's not packing. So my family is very much involved. But the guilt of building was a big part, because I am the person in my family. And they understood. So I do find balance. We have hours, we have times when we shut it off, and we give our family the time that they need.
And then if you have elderly parents, or parents that deal with health issues, that's another like area of the guilt, or another area where you have to actually cut out the time to do those things, to deal with it, to give them your time and your attention. And both our families are very intertwined. The Robinsons and the Hubbards, like early days of COVID, when they herded all of the families into the homes and we didn't know what was going on. Our two families potted together. I mean, like for a year, our two houses were the only houses we entered. And we stayed for each other. So our families are very close. We do everything. We help each other. We help with a partnership. If she can't show up at the thing, I can't go to the thing. So we do things to help each other. If I have to go pick this up and I need her to do something for my mother, she runs it. If she needs me to help with the kids or drop somebody off, we work it all out. We are deliberate, we are respectful, but we're all connected. So it helps. It's a family thing, and it's a business thing, and everybody takes part in it. So no one's really left out,
Yeah, and that's good, very good. Now, persevering through ups and downs, what were some of your experiences? I will start with Maurice. What were some of your experiences, your challenges?
I would just say getting the artists to believe in themselves. In the beginning stages, I had a few artists that I worked with that were that thought they wanted the career, but they didn't really, put in the work. I was doing more work, behind the scenes to kind of push them into where they needed to be more than they were. And that can get very, very tiring, because when you don't want it for yourself, there's really nothing anyone can really do other than just kind of waste your time. So the challenges I had with that was just basically trying to, get people to believe in themselves, and getting them to kind of push more than I was pushing. And so that's pretty much where I was. But I've learned that, if you don't want it, I can't want it for you more. So I just kind of step away from that, because it can get very, very stressful. And it can get very costly as well. Because you're pouring into a hole that you're not getting anything out of. And so when you're doing that, what happens is you just get restless, and you're not really doing what God's called you to do, because he wants you to be able to have the things that he's called you to do, and it adds no sorrow to what you are doing. So
good. David, what are some challenges that you experienced? Your mic, you're muted.
My apologies.
That's okay.
The challenges, it could be, it could be a few things. Just being where you're supposed to be, or you may have the vehicle may have a flat or something like that may happen. So leaving out early to your clients' destination is very key. So when if something happened, you have time to try to fix it, or make a call to someone else that can pick up the slack for you. So that's about the challenges. Just being about having that time frame. Being there early is the best.
Right. Absolutely. Being on time, being early.
Yeah.
Right.
Being there early is the best. So I understand that very well. So moving forward, you got to give yourself. Depends on if you're in the city or out the city. No matter what, if you're out the city, the window has to be very conducive. You know, if it's you're out the city, you want to get there a few hours beforehand. 2 hours or something like that. In the city, maybe an hour or hour and a half. Just being on location because you never know what's going to happen.
Right. Absolutely. Renee.
Yes.
What was a challenge with your business?
One challenge I can say was, well, initially it was like, okay, Lord, I heard you, I sought you. You want me to do this, okay? So where's the money come from? So that was one of the initial, funds. How was I going to do this? Where was I going to go? I knew it was time to move, but I didn't know exactly where to go. And so talking to different entrepreneurs, friends, and I talked to one of my friends, Dion, the marketing maven, and she was like, "Why don't you come where I am?" And it was a whole thing of, "Why don't you try this place that I use for my meetings and all?" But I needed an individual space, so needless to say, that was settled. I came, I saw, and I said, "Okay, Lord, this is nice. I really liked it," and so that's where I settled at.
Right.
Also, something else came and just went bye. It'll come back.
Yeah. But that was good. That was good. Now we have a question from someone that's watching, and she wants to know, what tips do you have on a startup business? What tips do you have on a startup business? Maurice, what tips do you have?
Let me unmute myself. All right. So the tips I have for starting a business, first of all, count up the cost. The Bible says, "For a man can build a house, he needs to count up the costs." So you need to find out exactly how much it's going to cost for you to make sure that you have the business plan in place. Get a business plan, write the vision, write it down. Make sure that you know exactly what it is that you are looking to do. Don't go and be flailing your arms to say, "I'm going to do a business," and then you don't have a plan. You have to make sure that you are planning every part of your business. Plan it to where it's 10 years down the line. Plan it to where it's 15 years down the line so that you can make your goals. So you know, okay, listen, next year, this is where I want to be. This is exactly where I am trying to be. And even if you don't get there in that time frame, you know that you have those goals set. So you know what to look forward to, right? I think somebody already said, don't get discouraged in the beginning stages of your business. It may not take off right away, but if God has called you to it, he's going to be able to see you through it because he's already given you the vision for it. So he's already put provision to it. So all you do is just trust that he's going to do what he said he's going to do and just move forward and do your part so that God can get the glory out of it and he can prosper your business.
Yes, absolutely. Nestle and Rose, what were some of your experiences? Did I ask you already, ups and downs? You're muted. Can't hear you. We can't hear you. Yeah, we can't hear you. Can't hear you. And really talking. We can't hear you. Can't hear you. Okay. I'm not sure why. Okay. Let's go on to another question. We can't hear you. I have to text him. What are some financial and emotional investments, and how challenging was that for some financial and emotional investments? David. David, what was a financial and emotional investment? Can you hear me, David? A lot of issues tonight. Rosie, can you hear me now? We still can't hear. But I guess I'll be talking to Maurice and Renee.
That's fine.
I can't hear you. I'll text her. Renee.
Yes.
Were there any financial or emotional challenges with your business?
Well, anything that you do that's new, well, for me, anything new imposes some level of anxiety. Anxiety should not overtake us. God's not give us the spirit of fear. We know that what the word says regarding it. However, doing something, moving out on your own. See, I've worked in places with people and things like that, but going solo is totally different. So just knowing that it was definitely the time to do it. It was definitely the right season. The Lord has prepared me for this season, and just walking in what you know, and just walking in the Word, and knowing that it was time for it was His time for it to come forth. Yeah. Now, has everything gone exactly the way I wanted it to? No, but I think I've had a great first year. The 1st of February will be my first year, 100% solo.
Oh, wow.
So I have an anniversary. Woo!
Yeah, congratulations.
So I'm thankful for that. And the Lord brought me all the way through. And I was like, when you first start, you're like, oh God, did I misunderstand what He was saying? You know, I have ideas. I've always had thoughts and ideas, but you want to be in His will. You don't want to mess up. And but even if we falter in an area, we have to learn to be forgiving to ourselves. If we did mess up, if we missed it, oh well, but I didn't miss a thing. But if you launched out in the deep and you messed up, dust yourself up, dust yourself off, and seek Him again and try again. Never give up and never quit.
Right. That's true.
So that was definitely one of my challenges. And regarding the question prior, when you switch locations, everybody is not up to that move. I don't care if it's next door. If you move right next door, you may lose somebody because they don't want to move.
Oh,
so
yeah.
That can be a challenge too. But I would say that 80% of my clients have come, and I believe God that the rest will. And I'm getting a lot of new clients, so it keeps going.
Yeah,
you don't want to get stuck. It keeps going. You're looking for new anyway, and you're thankful for those that have been with you all the years, and you're thankful for the ones that you're going to meet new tomorrow. So thank God for all of it.
Yeah, that's good.
Everyone.
That's very good. Maurice.
Yeah.
What
absolutely.
financial, emotional investment? How challenging was it?
So I'll say, you know this part, studio time. And I was listening maybe about a month ago to some old stuff that I did with someone, and at first I was like getting upset because I was like, man, this is some really, really good stuff. And it was never released because it just did not work out. But when the record company does not have the budget to pay for management to get to somewhere, and they're only really taking care of the artist, you have, because you need to be there. So you just suck it up and say, all right, listen, I'm going to make sure that I get there. So I would say financially, just making those decisions when they are needed, because you know that you have a goal to hit. Emotional, I'll just say, I'll go back to what I said before, when the person, the artist or whatever, when they do not have the I'll say just the will to keep going, it gets emotionally draining. And so that, I would say, is something that you deal with. And you just kind of have to go to the Lord and ask Him to help you to either continue with it or just step away from it.
Right. Absolutely. Renee, I think you see Barber Russ want to get your information.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I didn't see it. Okay.
Type it in there. Yeah. She wants to get your information. I heard a pastor say that this is the year 2023 is a year for partnerships and investments. Do you agree, or do you prefer to just work alone? What do you feel about that? David, are you able to hear me? David, I guess he still can't hear. Yeah, I guess he can't.
I can hear you. I'm here.
Okay.
Repeat the question.
The question is, I
Repeat
heard
the question.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, I heard a pastor say that this was the year for partnerships. Do you agree, or do you think it's better to work alone?
If you're starting out, I believe you just need to go on and set foundation by yourself. Meet some people, get out there, mingle a little bit, and at least for the first year, get your feet wet, and then move forward from there.
Yes.
Need that foundation for.
Okay. Renee, what do you think about that?
This is my start solo. I don't plan to stay solo. So this year, because the space that I'm occupying right now is large enough pretty much for myself. I have all of my equipment in a small space. It's a nice size space for what I do, but I definitely plan to expand. So not immediately, but I definitely plan to have employees and eventually. Faces by name will be international.
Wow, that would be great. That would be great. What about you, Maurice? How do you feel about that?
So I know for me, my vision is to definitely have partnerships. I'm in a partnership right now anyway, with the record company as well as with the artist. My goal is really to have, office space to where I am running, the management company and production company out of that, and have multiple artists under the God's Hand brand, because I think it's needed. And there are a lot of things out there that need some guidance. There's a lot of artists that need the guidance. A lot of these artists, and I've seen this being in this arena, and being in the arena of not just churches, but we do, the Stellars and the Doves and the Grant. That's the artists that I deal with on that level. So it's like for that, I see it, and these people do not have representation. And so they're out there and they're just doing whatever. They don't have the right people around them to assist them and get them into where they need to be, and to really speak for them. Because a lot of the artists don't have the administrative part of things. They they have talent, which is the great part about it, but they don't have the administrative part. So they kind of get sucked into whatever people tell them to do. And they don't ask questions. They're just like, oh, okay, well, that's what you're telling me to do. This is what I'm going to do. So my job is to kind of help protect them with that. So my goal is to have an office, to be able to partner with, different artists and record companies and management companies. So
that's great. That's really good. Now, what are the important skills that a successful entrepreneur should have? What are important skills that you feel a successful entrepreneur should have? David, can you answer that question, David? David?
Yeah, just repeat that one time. It was breaking up. That's why I came a little closer.
Okay.
Yes.
Can you hear me? Yes. What are important skills a successful entrepreneur should have? Yes. Did you hear me? What are important skills that an entrepreneur should have?
Yes, I heard you. Whatever business that you're in, you got to know. Yeah, whatever business that you're in from an entrepreneur, you need to know that business, study that business, get research, do research on that business, and then you can flow a lot better. Whatever you plan on doing, whatever type of business is going to be, especially if it's any entrepreneur, you got to know the business that you're going after, what you're doing, so you can make the best, choices for the business and everything. And then, seek some help, seek some guidance, talk to some people that's in that type of business that you want to get involved in.
Yeah, that's true. That's very good. Rosie and Nesla, I know you all are having some technical difficulties.
Yes.
But what important skills do you feel a successful entrepreneur should have? You're muted. You're muted. Take your microphone. Your microphone. Can't hear you. Well, they went out again. Renee.
Yes.
What skills should a successful entrepreneur have?
One thing is open-mindedness. Try to surround yourself with like-minded people, whether they're in your business or not, just business-minded people.
Yeah.
That's one thing. And to be ever learning, classes, seminars, webinars,
right?
Anything that pertains to what you're doing or just business in general. Stay plugged in. Try to take courses, things just to keep you, and on top.
Yeah.
On top.
Right.
And can I say something to Barber of us? I'm afraid to touch anything because I had such difficulty. I hit one other button, it might knock me off, so I'm not going to touch it. But I will leave my information at the end and try to contact her.
Yeah, because she's on YouTube.
We're back. On YouTube. Oh, you're on YouTube? Okay.
Yeah, she's on YouTube. Okay. Yeah. Okay, Nejla and Rosie, can you hear me now? Yes. What important skills should a successful entrepreneur have?
Okay, now you can speak. Can you hear us?
Go ahead.
Can you hear us?
Yes. Okay. Now you're frozen again.
She's breaking up.
Difficulties that we've had. Difficult. We still had to learn each other in the partnership.
Okay. Now I went out.
Wow.
Okay. They're really having difficulties. Maurice, what important skills should a successful entrepreneur have before we close?
Okay. Great customer service skills. We're dealing with the public, regardless of who or what business you are dealing with, because your customers pay you, right? So you want to make sure that you are going to, you have great customer service skills. Learning, just learning and making sure that you know your business from the beginning to the end. Because you want to be able to be confident when you talk about your business as to what it is that you're presenting to them, what they're getting. So they know exactly what they're going to be paying their money on, right? So I would just say, just have a strong customer service presence. We talked about this weekend. When you go into a restaurant and the hostess isn't nice, that's your first, impression of what you're going to get. So if the hostess is dry, and they're not friendly, you're like, do we really want to eat here? Are the people that friendly?
Right.
Because you want an experience when you go out to eat. When you go to a store, you're looking for the experience, right? And so you want your business to be an experience all the time. So when they walk away, they can say, "Man, that was amazing." I'm going to go back to them because of the experience that they had. So I always want people to leave me and they say, "Hey, that was a great experience with him."
Right.
And so I think that that's very important to make sure that we are conscious about what we do, what we say, our body language, how we carry ourselves. That is very, very important.
Right, that's true. Now, for our last, we have one question before we close, and the question is on the screen. How do I'm sorry, I lost the question. Here it is. How do you market
How do
your
you
How do you market your businesses? Rosie and Nejla, can you hear us now? I think they went out again.
Oh, wow.
Okay, David, how do you market your business?
I'm marketing. I'm marketing my business on my website that's getting built. Is almost done. Because I'm a musician, a lot of people know me, so I do it by word of mouth, and
Yes, it's
that really catapulted me in the beginning of it. So and then that part will lead to other clients. When people who that know you and you meet people, one thing leads after another. So that's one marketing piece, that worked for me very well. So
can you hear
being a
me,
musician.
Right. Yes, we do hear you. We don't see you, but we do hear you. The question on the screen is, how do you market your business? That was good, David. Renee, how did you market your business?
I'll say a lot of it is word of mouth, because what you do, you share, people will share. If you have excellent, when we talk about the customer service, word of mouth is a great way to start. I use social media. I'm currently working on getting my website up. And also, a link that I use for marketing is one of the ones I use for. I'm sorry, I'm having a difficult time. I'm trying to think of. StyleSeed is one of my new ways I'm going to market. So it's not just Facebook, Instagram. Everybody's out. My husband always says everybody's out on social media. What else are you going to do? I'm going to do some mailings. I've been communicating with the post office and and using local areas, and where I'm located is different. It's a co-op at the corner, and a lot of people advertise there. I use those little spots as well. So I'm adding definitely new marketing ventures this new year.
Yes, absolutely. Now, Maurice, how do you market your business?
So social media for me, I'm a huge social media guy, I'm always on there. So I do, Facebook and Instagram. I said the other day, I said my people wait for me. On social media. So every time I post something, they're waiting to comment on it. So I use that. I am working on a website right now for my business. I really want to get it right, because there's so many different things that I want to put on there. I just don't want it to be, a website where, it's all over the place. I want to be strategic. I want to make sure that it has the links to the artists that I deal with, so that they can get to them, booking stuff, all that kind of stuff. So it takes a while to kind of compile all that stuff, the pictures and stuff like that. So so that's pretty much how I do it. Word of mouth as well. Where I'm at right now, you have those people, the producers that I go into the studio with, and they tell their friends about, hey, you need this guy over here, or you need, is your artist looking for a manager, or so it's word of mouth.
Yeah, which is good. Now, Nejla, how do you and Rosie market your business? Nejla? She was on good. Nejla, I see her, but I guess they're frozen again. Okay, this last question here is, do you have a business plan?
Are you talking to me?
Yes.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now. What did you do to market your business? but it's in and out. So we'll go to this next question. Did you have a business plan before you started? And if so, do you feel that you are meeting your goals? Nejla, can you answer this question?
I'm going to try. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
We did lay out a plan, and thank God. And we do checkoffs. We meet every week. We work a calendar, and then we cross things off to make sure we've met those goals. Give ourselves some linear, some time. So we did lay out some basic plans. We learned a lot on the way. We were able to achieve some of the goals. Others we didn't because it was something maybe we didn't understand what we had to do. But you better believe we figured it out, and we keep moving. Every day we learn something. Every week we come off what we set out to accomplish. Even in that week, we take it week by week. We don't have a years long goal plan or a 5-year plan. We have a list, like Pastor said, let's just get to today. Let's get through tomorrow. For us, we have a long range plan, but we do it week, day by day, week by week, check off the things we can. And we've been pretty good with that. We learned a lot. Good. And we just keep going. If you don't know, Google it. Ask somebody who does the same type of business. Google, research, check. We'll go to business offices, ask them, and go with a heart of love and let people be good to you and break it down for you. Take notes, keep a book. We do those things,
Yes.
Renee, I was able to get in on that one.
Yes.
Yeah.
It happens. Trust me. It happens. I've done over 100 interviews, and it happens. It happens. Renee, did you have a business plan before you started? And if so, how did you feel that you're meeting your goals with that business plan?
Well, I think I'm similar to the queens. I've been writing for years. It's been written out, but a formal one with the literal one, the formal one, I'm still working through that one. But I've been writing the vision out, been writing it out, and checking it off, and so I'm working on actually formulating the actual. I'm sure brother up here to the right has that all done up here with up there. Right. But yeah, so I'm doing it. I guess somebody might say, "Well, you're doing it backwards," but it's I'm working it out. It is being done. It's going to be finished very soon because I'm working it out as we speak, literally.
That's good. That's really good. And for you, Maurice, did you have a business plan before you started?
So at first, I did not have a full one because I was really young. But I definitely have since had one. It, of course, keeps changing. It's a work in progress. But I know the vision of it and what I'm trying to accomplish. And I am meeting my goals. There are things last year that I put on my goals to hit, and I hit them plus more. There were things that weren't even on there. Yeah. The guy was like, "Okay, here, let me throw this at you because I'm going to just give this to you as a bonus." So he allowed me to see, his hand at work, that I was in the right vein and I was in the right direction. So I really thank him for that. But don't get discouraged, when it comes to not having a business plan. Hand to the plow and make it work, and then make sure that you are doing it, and just keep on moving. Like I said in the beginning, make sure that you are writing this stuff down because you are going to go back to it. I have books and I have papers and I have different folders just filled with papers of just things that I've written down over the years, things from when I was, in my teenage years. Like, okay, this is what I want to do here. Oh, I want to be able to do this in this, this amount of time. And so when I look back on that stuff, it all comes back and it's like, oh, you're doing exactly what you said that you were going to do. So you definitely want to make sure that you revisit that, if it's every 6 months or whatever, I can't tell you, when to revisit it, but always revisit it because you want to make sure that it is fresh because God is always right? So he's a speaking person. He's going to always speak to you. So there's going to be something new that he's going to say. Just don't think that he is telling you one thing and you have to stick to that one thing because it's speaking. So you got to make sure that you have your ears open. You can hear and make sure that you are following what he's telling you to do.
Good. Nejla and Rosie.
Can I say one more thing?
Yes.
Yes. I want to say one, just like the gentleman Maurice was saying. When I first came to the Lord and had my first little study Bible, I would write down things on stickies and put them in the Bible. And in a year, I'd go back and say, oh my God, he did that out. Oh, he did that and took it out. Oh my God, he worked that out too. And that's the same thing we've done with the business. The month, the day planner, and we go back, all the things we laid out to do, we go back and check them all off, and we can actually see our progress.
Right.
Your progress is very encouraging. You can see that happening, that you planned, that you have vision for, and you see the past. It is very, very encouraging. So, like you say, write the vision and make it plain to yourself.
Yes.
You know,
absolutely.
Encourage yourself.
Absolutely. Well, I want to thank you all for being here tonight. But as we close, I want to ask you, what do you feel is next for your business? If you could tell us that briefly, what do you feel is next for your business? I'm going to start with Vernay and then Maurice. What do you feel is next for your business?
Well, I'm definitely working on some of the paperwork things that we talked about, the plan, the website. I'm also, I have some new services I'm going to add to Faces by Nay. I'm going for makeup and, facials and waxing, but there's some new services that I'm going to incorporate in my menu of services as well. So that's working on those things and the marketing things. So come see me next year this time. We're going to have it all together, I promise.
Yeah. But everything, you said it's a year. Everything takes time.
It does.
A year, that's amazing. At least you got started. Some of us haven't gotten started yet. Maurice, what's next for you?
Man, so getting the single out and traveling, getting the album done. Once the album is completed, we have a really, really good team of people behind us at the record company that really believe in what we're doing. So once that happens, a tour, of course. That's one of the things that we will be doing in 2024. Wow. So look out for Crystal Aiken. She will be coming out really, really soon with her new single called He Can Handle It. So when you see it, please pick it up and support it. And we're excited about what God is going to do, what he is doing in our lives. And then for my business itself, I just foresee God, the business is called a God's hand, right?
Right.
So his hand is on it. And so wherever he guides me with his hand is where we're going to
go. That's wonderful. David, and then Nejla and Rosie.
Just, all this, just keeping everything right before me, making sure the business plan is right. Like you said, adding to the business plan, making sure that's intact, getting out there, still studying the business, in the process of getting a vehicle, two more vehicles. The demand is out there. Once you your name is out, and, people give you a reference, because of you, the person, they're expecting, because they know the type of person you are. You're gonna come right. You're gonna come and make sure everything is on point. Because one of my motto is, I care about my customers. I care about you. So that means that means that goes a long way.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can say it, but we care about you, and clients, I say, you just like your model, you do care. You want to make sure everything is, going as planned. Besides just driving, I'm there with the client, so I'm really doing security. You know what I'm saying? I'm there with them. So
that's
just making sure things are just flowing and being on point. Being on point and just staying focused with everything.
Thank you. That's good. Nejla and Rosie, what's next for your business?
We have a lot of things coming up. First, right now we're on a tour with the Melanin Market. So we're actually booked and we're going to be traveling until April. So
really?
This Saturday, actually, we're going to be at Mercer County College, February the 4th. We're going to be there for we're going to kick off the start of Black History Month for a college. And then in March, we're actually going to be in Willingboro at the Kennedy Center at the Melanin Market.
Melanin.
And we're one of their top vendors when we go there. And then we're also vending in North Jersey. And then we also are booked for April, and we're booked for the Fashion Week in Atlantic City. And we're going to be at the Fashion District in Philadelphia, and that's going to be April 15th and 16th. That's what we have coming up. We're booked until April. Also, we have something we really can't really talk about. Might hear about it before we get to put it out there, but it's something really big, and it's been taking us a long time to create, and we want it to be perfected. So we have a lot of things in the pot trying to find the one thing, but that's what we're working on so far.
We have an apparel line we're getting ready to reveal with some amazing content that the Lord has given us, and we're hoping that it inspires others, it inspires us. So with all that together, when we reveal this quiet thing, maybe we'll come back on your show, Miss Cindy, if we can get an invite and reveal it to the world. We'll talk about that.
Yes, that won't be a problem. I love to bring people back. I think this is so good. I love having entrepreneurs on because I think it's a time for us as Christians that we have our own business. I think it's important. Multiple streams of income. That's what I look at. And I think it's vital. And I think it's good for, people to support each other. Sometimes our race, we don't really support each other, but I'm praying that we get past that and learn to support each other. And, because it's important. It's very important. Yeah. And I want to thank you all for
It don't hurt my candle to light your candle.
Yeah.
That's right.
It don't hurt. It don't hurt my candle to light your candle.
That's right.
That's right. And that's true. That's very true. But tonight, I want to say good night to everyone. Thank you for joining, and those that will watch the replay and those that are on YouTube, welcome and thank you for being a part of Real Talk. And I want to thank my guest tonight so much for being here. I really, really appreciate it. I know we've had some technical difficulties, but that goes with, technology. Yeah. I'm never surprised when things happen. Because it does happen to all of us. It even happens to me. But I want to thank you, and I look forward to bringing you all back next year to see what God has done with your businesses. I know it's going to be spectacular, so I'm looking forward to inviting you all back to come. So I need you all to stay right
Thank you for having us.
Bless you for having us.
You're welcome. Thank
you.
I think Maurice had his hand up. Did you have your hand up?
No, I'm good. I was just.
It was up like that. No. Okay.
Right.
He's in class.
I want you all to stay there. And I'm going to say goodnight to everyone. And I look forward to seeing everybody again on Real Talk with Cindy. I will be back on this coming Thursday with special guests. So I want to say goodnight to everyone and God bless.
Thank you so very much for tuning in to Real Talk with Cindy Barber. We hope you have been informed and inspired by the conversation on this evening. You can contact Cindy Barber on Instagram at CindyRBarber04. You can email her at ms.cindybarber@gmail.com or the YouTube channel at Cindy R. Barber. You can also contact Cindy about having your event advertised on Real Talk with Cindy Barber. Cindy looks forward to you joining her next week for another informative conversation right here on Real Talk with Cindy Barber. Until then, have a great evening.